we are going to do 3, 4 dividing rational numbers, and a term that you need to know when you're talking about division is multiplicative inverse. Okay, and back in the old days it was always just called a reciprocal, but now they've decided that it's got to have more of a fancy term, and it's multiplicative inverse. So you got to know what a multiplicative inverse is to do division, and really you are just flipping over a fraction. So for 6/7, what would be the multiplicative inverse if you had to flip that fraction over? Anybody got any ideas? Trayton?
7/6.
7/6. Okay, -3/2. You actually keep that negative, and it is 2/3. Okay, 3 2/5, little trickier. You've got to change that first to an improper fraction. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2. Braxton, what is that? 17 over 5. Now, flip that over.
5/17.
Yep, that really is 5/17. Okay, last but not least, the number 4. To make that a multiplicative inverse, what do, Layla?
You put 4 over 1, then flip it.
Yep, put 4 over 1, then flip it, so it would be what? 1 over 4. Okay, questions about that? So you have to be able to do a multiplicative inverse to do this. So this is what you're going to do when we divide. You're going to change the multiplication to division. Write the multiplicative inverse of the second fraction. If you're given mixed numbers, then just make sure you make them improper fractions before you begin any of this. So you just flip the second fraction and you're back to multiplying. That's why I felt like we could do this together. Okay, so the very first problem is 4/5 divided by 3/10. Sienna, let's rewrite that problem.
In thirds,
Well, let's start from the beginning.
4/5 times 10 thirds.
4/5 times 10/3. Anything cancel?
10 and 5.
The 10 and the 5 become a 1 and a 2. Anything else cancel? You can't do side by side, only top to bottom. So, what would this be then? If I multiplied straight across,
8 thirds.
8/3, and then you can't leave it like that. You have to divide. How many full times does 3 go into 8?
2.
2, and what's left over? So 2 and 2/3. Okay, let's look at this one. -5/12 divided by 2/3. Well, first of all, let's rewrite the problem. Who wants to do this one? There's somebody that hadn't gotten a ticket yet? Haley, what is this problem?
-5/12 times 3.
That,
2.
yeah. Okay, so negative times the positive. Can you tell me what the answer is going to be?
It's going to be 15 over 24.
Hang on. Negative times the positive, it's going to be a
Negative.
And does anything cancel from top to bottom before we multiply? Let's try to keep the numbers smaller.
Oh, 12 and 3.
The 12 and 3 become a...
The 3 comes a 1, and the 12 becomes a 4.
Okay, so that might help a little bit. Now let's multiply straight across. So negative
-5
5
over 8.
over 8. There you go. Okay, 5/6 divided by 3. Okay, that 2 is not supposed to be there. So 5/6 divided by 3. All right, Jessica,
The 3 over 1.
you have to put the 3 over 1.
So it'd be 5/6 times 1/3.
5/6 times 1/3. Does anything cancel? No. So multiply straight across, and what is it? 5 over 18. Good. All right, these two, 9 1/3 divided by -3 1/9. You've got to change both of those to improper fractions before you can even begin. Tori, what do we do? What's 9 1/3? So we've got 28 over 3, and I'm still leaving divided by because we're not ready to rewrite it yet. By negative, what's that going to be?
Negative 3 times 9, which would be negative 27 plus 1, which would be negative 28.
28 over 9. Okay, now let's rewrite the problem as a multiplication. What would it be?
28 over 3 times 9 over negative 20.
Yeah, it's a positive divided by a negative. So what's my answer going to be? Negative. Anything cancel out?
28 plus 28.
Yeah, this turned out really nice. 28 and 28 become 1s. What about anything else?
9 plus 3 and 3 times 1.
Yeah, so what's my final answer?
3 over negative 1.
So it's negative 3 over 1, but we should answer that as how?
Negative.
Good job. Negative 3. Questions about that?
This is easy.
Okay, I think there's something else here I got to show you. Hold on just a second. There is. It's more of the letters, and I just want to make sure you got it. So we can just do this first one because we just did the other one. So 5x over 8y divided by 10 over 16y. So let me rewrite that one. 5x over 8y times 16y over 10. It's just like before. If you've got any common things, including letters, variables, cancel them out. So I would cancel out the 5 and the 10, becomes a 1 and a 2. I'd cancel out the 8 and the 16, a 1 and a 2. Oh, look at the 2 and the 2, right? The 2 and the 2 become a 1 and a 1. And then y and y cancel out. Gosh, the only thing that doesn't cancel out is
1.
X.
the x. There's an x on top. So all those 1s times x, put x on top, 1 on the bottom, and then you would just write x. Okay, that other one's just about like it, so we're not going to worry about that.